presentation is on locoweed. The definition of locoweed is that it's a perennial herbaceous plant that is included in the Astragalus family and the Oxytropis family. When locoweed is consumed, the horses will suffer from locoism, which makes them have crazy behaviors that they haven't experienced before, nor have you experienced. There are 401 species of locoweed that exist. 207 locoweed species belong to the Astragalus family. 22 locoweed species belong in the Oxytropis family. All of these plants live in the United States, Canada, or Mexico, mainly in the cooler climates where they have a better chance of growing. Almost all of the plants are toxic to horses and livestock and are undesirable for browsers and grazers. The history of locoweed. Loco comes from the Spanish word crazy, and that's why they say animals have crazy behaviors. Not only is it called locoweed, but they also call it crazy weed. The toxicity of the plant depends on the soil condition. The better the soil, the more toxic the plant can be. It grows in the western United States from the Great Plains to the Rocky Mountains, where the climate helps the plant grow. There's a 40 degrees Fahrenheit to a 70 degrees Fahrenheit range that helps the plants grow. When recognizing the plant, the general feature of the plant happens to be the compound leaves and pea-like flowers, as well as the flowers, which are usually purple and white. Locoweed grows in clumps, and they have short-like stems and tuft-like forms on top. The most common types of locoweed are white, purple, and woolly, as shown in the pictures. When horses come in contact with the plant, they could become addicted to the plant, and it's very hard to break the horses of the habit of being addicted. The less locoweed consumed makes it easier for the horse's habit to be broke, but the more consumed makes it harder. As shown, there's the woolly, the purple, and the white locoweed. And you can see the pea-like feathers, the short stems, and in the woolly or the white locoweed picture, the tuft-like forms on top. Etiology. Although the horses may be around the plant all their life, sometimes they only come in contact with the locoweed when the most desirable plants are gone. The clinical signs for locoweed. The more locoweed that is ingested by the horse, the more visible the signs will be. The less locoweed ingested, the less the signs will be. The toxins of the plant will cause frenzied or crazed behavior, impaired vision, and sometimes death. Other clinical signs that you may see that will tell you if the horse is poisoned or not would be they become severely depressed or lethargic, which means they have no motivation to do anything. You may also experience weight loss in your horse. They could be head shy, overreact, and they may have violent or dangerous behaviors, as well as other ones. To diagnose locoweed, your veterinarian will conduct a full examination, as well as your horse may go under many tests like taking blood samples, urine samples, anything to really help understand if your horse does have locoweed poisoning. Not only will your horse undergo problems, but so will you. You'll be questioned by the veterinarian to know the background of the horse, as well as when you first noticed when the symptoms came. To treat the horse, the most important thing to do is keep the horse away from the plant. But sometimes that may not happen, and if the horse does have locoweed poisoning, the best thing to do is move the horse away from the plant as quickly as possible so that you do not have a more severe case. Your veterinarian may also administer sedatives and laxatives to help with the locoweed poisoning. Prognosis. Locoweed spreads in clumps, so lots of horses have tasted the plant. Even though the plant is not seen to be addictive, the horses have a learned behavior to eat the plant. And there's something in the plant that makes it more appealing to the horse. And some may eat it, some may not. There's horses who have never touched locoweed and they've been in the pasture forever with it. To prevent locoweed poisoning, the best thing to do is keep the horse away from the land that has locoweed on it. You may not know if your horse will be addicted to it or not, but the best thing is to keep it away from it as much as possible. It is important to be aware of the locoweed. You may not know what it looks like. You may not know if you have locoweed on your place, but the best thing to do is scout your land, know what types of plants that live on your property, and know the background of what they can do to the horse.